Wait, remember Jimmy Neutron? Remember Jimmy Neutron, the TV series on Nickelodeon? I sure remember Jimmy Neutron. I am going to be telling you guys my thoughts on Jimmy Neutron and all of that in this video on YouTube. But you guys know the drill. If you guys want to be notified for future videos, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And before I start the video, I want to state that I'm sorry that if it's taking so long for this to upload on YouTube. I've actually have not gotten this uploaded on YouTube yet because because I'm having problems with the videos not uploading on YouTube for some reason. YouTube's kind of glitching out. I've actually been having problems with the whole, I have liked videos and stuff that aren't showing up, that aren't all showing up on there and all that, so I'm having to figure this all out. So, in the meantime, this video will sadly not be uploaded, and neither will my other ones, but I want to go ahead and get this review out of the way. I've actually been wanting to do this for a long time. I've been wanting to do this a long time. The reason why I waited so long to do this, though, is because I have actually been trying to get the hands on the DVD set. Yes, the DVD set. There's a complete series they were selling at Walmart. I was gonna buy it at Walmart. Unfortunately, they didn't have it, so I ended up going to, I went to V-Stock and got it instead. I had to unfortunately pay a little bit extra money. Not too much, though, because I think at Walmart it was like $30 for the DVD set. At V-Stock it was like, with taxes, I think it was it was about $40. So I probably spent about $6 to $8 more on it, which I guess is kind of a lot of money if you think about it. But I didn't want to wait too much longer because I want to move on to Steven Universe. That is going to be the next review I'm going to be doing, and there's a lot of episodes of Steven Universe. There's actually multiple different shows. I have not seen Steven Universe. I've never seen the show. I hear it's very good, though. I hear it's really good, and I want to check it out. Because I also saw they're selling it at Slackers there. And that DVD series is actually cheaper. And not Slackers, I mean V-Stock, sorry. I meant to say V-Stock. Yes, at V-Stock it is actually cheaper at V-Stock than it is at Walmart, unlike Jimmy Neutron. So I'm going to be probably buying it there. The only problem with buying that stuff is that the DVDs are used and stuff. And like I said, they can be scratched. Luckily, the DVD I bought turned out okay. It turned out okay and all that, and yeah, it was worth. I think it was worth buying. It was worth it. It was definitely worth the buy. But yes, I bought it, and I bought it because I wanted to see, if it had the Jimmy and Timmy Power Hour episodes on it, including on it, and it did. It even has the pilot episode for some reason, the pilot one. And let's just say the pilot episode is kind of a slob, but we'll just go with that for right now. Maybe I'll cover it down the road and going more about it. But yeah, it was not awful, but it was kind of messy to sit through. We'll just say that. But yes, I just want to get into the review, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. That is why it took so long, and yes, I was going to do, I didn't bring this up, I don't think, maybe I did in my Blues Clues video, but that was all the way back, I think in March or April, I made that Blues Clues video, and yeah, I made that back then, and for my RIP video and all that, which I still think turned out okay, but that's how I was going to make that same week, and I changed my mind, because, again, I wanted to own the DVDs. So anywho, let's go ahead and get started with this review. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, let's talk about Jimmy Neutron. Now, when it comes to Jimmy Neutron, this is one of a popular series on Nickelodeon. This is a very popular series. Now, strangely enough, unlike the Fairly Odd Parents or SpongeBob or Danny Phantom or shows like that, Jimmy Neutron was popular, but only for certain fans. Certain fans liked it, but some fans didn't care for the show too much. But I figured I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys my thoughts on this show, and yeah. Now, if you guys don't know what you don't know the whole thing with Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron is a show that first had a movie. It was one of the Nickelodeon shows that got a movie. I don't know if it was theatrical or if it was just it came like it was just on Nickelodeon because it was direct to DVD a movie, because Disney did this thing where they had direct to DVD movies and stuff. But I don't know if it went into the theaters or not, but it was like Barnyard and all that where they got shows down the road. But yeah, sorry if I couldn't pronounce that. I'm not very, like I said, I'm not very good at pronouncing this stuff. But yeah, they got a theatrical release and all that, and if I'm saying that right, and all that. But yeah, so it's pretty interesting. But yes, it did get a theatrical release. It did get a movie, which I'm not sure, like I said, if it got released or not in the theaters. But I do know the movie was pretty popular, and that's where the series came from. Now, I don't know about the movie, but the series itself is partnered up. I'm not sure if it was produced, but it's partnered up with O Entertainment and this chimp. I can't remember this company, but it's like it basically is for this chimp that goes, "Hi, I'm Carl," or something like that. Honestly, it's a weird looking chimp. He's like he's got like 3 eyes and stuff. I don't know what that's all about, but I think he says, "Hi, I'm Carl." I can't remember if that's what he says or not. But sadly, though, I don't know if they both shut down, but I know the monkey one shut down. I don't know the name of it. I should have looked it up, but I forgot. I forgot. But yes, because I have not been sleeping very well, so I've not been thinking well. But yes, I actually was gonna look that up, and I was gonna show you guys what they look like, but I cannot find it. But I do know that one of them shut down. I don't know if O Entertainment is gone too or not, but yes, I know they both shut down. I'm not sure if they were part of the movie too or not, but I know Nickelodeon was. But Nickelodeon did produce the show, though, so Nickelodeon has the rights to the show. Now, funny enough, unlike the Fairly OddParents, you see, the Fairly OddParents is not all the way owned by Nickelodeon. Apparently, they're owned. Part of it's owned by another company that also has stuff on Disney Plus, which I did not know about in other countries. Because here all the seasons of the Fairly OddParents are on there. So, I did not know that, but apparently that's what people have been saying. So, but I don't think Disney doesn't own the Fairly OddParents. Paramount does, but Disney is allowed to air the first, like, I think 3 seasons or 4 of the Fairly OddParents and all that. So that was pretty interesting to point out, but that is true. Well, when it comes to Jimmy Neutron, though, that's a different story. That I think that's completely owned by Nickelodeon and all that. But yes, so let's talk about the show. Before we get into the story, I want to talk about some characters because I thought this was interesting to point out. First off, let's talk about the hairstyles. Jimmy, has his friends, Carl and Shane, and all that, which we'll get to in a second. But Cindy and Livy, you guys can see here, their hairstyles are actually different looking. What's weird is Cindy's hairstyle in the movie has ponytails, but in the TV show, it actually goes to a ponytail like she does. I'm not really sure why Livy's in the TV show still has her ponytail, but Cindy does. Cindy has like 1 ponytail, not 2. I'm not sure why that is. I don't know, but I guess maybe they liked the design and they decided to change it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm really not sure. But yes, apparently, Livy's hairstyle actually stays like this for a long time. Livy, her hairstyle was like this until the episode, because I was wondering when they were going to change it. They changed her hairstyle in the episode, I forgot what it was called. There was something to do with mummies and all that. It was actually a pretty good episode. I actually liked it. But yeah, I liked it. But basically, though, the episode, they changed her hairstyle so she could match the queen. I think that was her ancestor or something like that. And she's had the same hairstyle until the end of the series when the series ended. So that's really interesting. Now I don't know which hairstyle I like. I kind of, but for both, I mean, I guess Cindy, I like her having a ponytail, but Livy, I don't know. I kind of like her with a ponytail and shorter hair. It's kind of hard to tell with Livy, but Cindy, I like her with a ponytail better. I think she looks better. But that's just my opinion. Maybe some people prefer, people like her to have, 2 ponytails. I don't know. But it is kind of interesting that that's the case. Now, Livy, unlike Cindy, Livy was not originally part of the main cast. Originally, it focused more on Jimmy, Carl, Shane, and Cindy. It did not focus on Livy until about season 2. Then they started focusing on her a little bit more. They did focus, I think, on her a little bit, like towards the end of season 1. But season 2 is when they really focused on her a lot. So she became one of the main characters. I guess it's because she's friends with Cindy, and they kind of wanted to pair them up a bit more, which I think actually works. I didn't know why they didn't do this at the beginning of the series, but she was mostly a background character at the beginning of the series. Then she became more of a main character down the road, which is pretty interesting. Now we gotta move on to talking about Shane and Carl. Now Shane and Carl, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care for these two that much. I really don't. I don't really care for Cindy too much either, but I really don't care. Honestly, I don't care for a lot of the characters in this show. A lot of the characters do not stand out very well. They do not. I feel like they kind of feel kind of generic and all that. They do have their personalities. Like, you have the bully, you have the crazy teacher who's kind of like who makes squawking sounds, which is kind of funny and all that. Then you got Jimmy Neutron's mom and dad and all that. So you got them. But I don't know. I just don't feel like, I think like most of the characters do not stand out very well. They don't. They feel like they're just, Carl and Shane in general. Carl is probably one of the most annoying characters. I think he's kind of annoying, honestly. Maybe other people don't think this way, but I think he's freaking annoying. Like, they have him freaking sing a lot throughout the freaking, movie and all that, and, in the show and all that, and I have no problem with him, singing, but he just sings freaking stupid songs and all that, and I get they're trying to make him annoying on purpose, but I just think it kind of annoys me a little bit watching the show and all that. Like, every time he freaking sings, I'm just like, it just freaking cringed. No against the voice actor for Carl, which, by the way, voices Technus and other characters, I think, in Danny Phantom, so that's pretty interesting. He also voices Carl's dad, which is interesting. But yes, I don't know. I just don't. I find Carl just freaking annoying. Shane's not annoying, but Shane can be kind of, he can be irritating too. He can definitely be irritating at times too, but like he kind of yells a lot and all that. But I don't know, I find him kind of interesting and all that. I do find him interesting. Like he has an obsession with he does have an obsession with his action figure and all that, which is pretty cool and all that. But I don't know, I feel like a lot of the characters in this show just feel freaking generic. Like, I feel like they don't feel nothing about them. Like, they just feel bland. Like, they feel uninspiring. They do have their personalities, but I don't know. I just feel like compared to other shows like SpongeBob and The Fairly Odd Parents, heck, even Johnny Test, despite what people think about it, at least the characters, even if a lot of them are freaking annoying, at least they, you could feel something out of them. But when I watch this show, I don't know, I don't feel much out of them, Which we'll get back to Johnny Test here in a second. However, I will talk about a character I actually really like, and that is Jimmy Neutron's dad, Hugh, Neutron. Speaking of Johnny Test and stuff, he has the same name as Hugh Test, only his name is Hugh Neutron. Now, I gotta say, I really like this guy. This guy is freaking funny. Like, I like him. Now, unlike the other characters, I actually feel something coming out of him. The other characters I do sometimes, but most of the time I just don't feel much when I watch it. Here, I actually feel a lot when he's on, but every time he's on screen, he's just funny. there are some times where he can be annoying, but most of the time he's really funny. Like, he has an obsession with quack ducks, and then like, I really like how he's just goofy. He's a goofy guy, and it's hard to explain because I haven't seen the show, since March. I didn't want to watch the whole show again, but I really like him. He's one of those dads I really like. I think he's really funny. I think his mom is alright too, but I don't care for his mom as much either. But I do think, compared to the other characters, I do think Jimmy's mom at least is interesting too. But Hugh Test steals the show. I think he steals the show, and I can see why a lot of people really like him. Heck, he's even freaking in. I think he's in Nickelodeon Brawl games too, which is pretty cool. So if you guys want to have him beat up some stuff, you can play as him, I guess. I've not played the game yet. I actually I don't have the second one, but I think I have the first one on PlayStation 5, and I've been wanting to play it in other games, but I want to play them blind. I don't want to record the TV all the time. So yeah, that's why I have not gotten to the games, but I do want to play that down the road. I hear it's actually pretty fun. It doesn't include Timmy Turner, and all that, because I think of maybe the copyright issue. I'm not sure. I don't know, but yeah. I really like Hugh Test. Hugh Test is definitely my favorite character on the show. I think he's definitely the best. But let's move on from talking about him, and let's talk about the other part of the show, the villains, because I've been talking about him for a while. Let's talk about the villains. So you guys know how shows already have their villains, and they can either be good, they can be bad. What do I think about Jimmy Neutron's villains? Honestly, I think they're all right. I think they definitely have some interesting plots, and they do make some interesting episodes. But I don't find them to be that interesting. I don't know. I actually think the best character I think in this show is Professor Calamus, or whatever his name is, who's voiced by the legendary I forgot his name. Oh, shoot, I forgot. Oh man, I can't remember his name. He voices a lot of bad characters and all. He actually voices Norrell Thornberry, which by the way, I still need to see that show too. But I know Niall Thornberry or something like that. I really can't remember his name. I hate when that happens. But my apologies, but I can't remember his name. But yeah, he voices this character, and he's really, I think he really steals the show too. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. But I was gonna say, yeah, he really steals the show. Whenever he appears, I like how he disguises himself and all that, his characters and all that. Like, you get fooled every single time, and I really like that a lot. I think it's really cool. I really do. But I think it's really cool, and but I think it's a cool concept and all that. And I can see why they used Professor Calamus in the Timmy and Jimmy Power Hour sequel movie. They used him in there. I can see why they used him. He's an interesting character. As for the other villains, I don't know. I don't really care for them as much either. I don't think they got much personalities. I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe Beautiful Gorgeous does, which by the way is Calamus' daughter, which is very funny. They never reveal her mother, but apparently she despises her father and all that, which is pretty funny. Although I don't really care for her name too much, honestly. I feel like it's kind of generic. It's kind of like, I told you guys we were gonna get back to Johnny Test here. It's kind of like, Mr. Teacher Man in a way. Where it's like, I'm like, why do they name the characters that like this? Maybe some people don't mind it, but I think it's kind of, it feels a little too silly, But in Beautiful Gorgeous, way, I feel like that's even more kind of goofy and silly. I don't know. Maybe some people don't mind it, but I feel like they could have came up with better names for the characters. I don't know. But I don't know. They're still all right names, but yeah, I don't really care for them too much and all that. Yeah, but I do think, Calamus, and all that, I think he's definitely the best villain in the show. I think he's really cool and all that. But anywho, now that we got the characters out of the way, I want to talk about the most important thing with the show itself, which is focused on not just the villains but inventions. Yes, inventions. Yes, Jimmy Neutron, you know, obviously is a genius. He says boy genius for a reason, so he focuses on a lot of inventions. And I will admit, they do create somewhat decent episodes. I'm not gonna lie. I do like one of the episodes where like I guess there is another character I do like. It's Jimmy Neutron's evil clone. I do like him. But yeah, I do like him and all that. Basically, in one episode he creates all these clones, and the other ones get frozen and all that, but he escapes. And then, and then basically, returns in, like, one of the last episodes of the show. He returns, and, he's actually, he's pretty, I do like him. I like his plot, and I think he's really cool, I even like the voice actor who voices him, which is pretty cool. It's actually a male voice, while Jimmy is voiced by a female person, so it's pretty interesting. But yeah, overall, yeah, I think the show has its good characters. It has some decent episodes, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of the characters don't really stand out too much. And I didn't bring this up when I was talking about Carl and Shane, but they remind me a lot of Timmy's friends. They kind of, I don't know. I think it was just probably a coincidence, but they do remind me of them. Like, we have Timmy on the Fairly Odd Parents. He's not dumb or anything, but he doesn't think things through very well and all that. Then we have, AJ, who's a genius, and then Chester's I think Chester's not the smartest. I don't know. He kind of, I guess none of the characters are stupid, but then you got, like Jimmy Neutron, you got, they kind of flip-flop the personalities around. Instead of, AJ, one of Jimmy's friends being the genius, Jimmy's the genius, and then one of the friends is an idiot. The other one is kind of, a nerd and all that, not very popular. So, it's kind of like, you can't see it too well, but if you watch the show, yeah, you'll kind of see a little bit of similarities. They're not too similar. Like, Carl's obviously a big guy, like, he's more of a, he's more of a nerd, he's more like, I guess he is kind of a nerd and all that, who, by the way, hits on Jimmy Neutron's mom, which, by the way, is another reason why I don't like him, because, he does that, and, yes, I know the Family Guy has done this before, but Family Guy, the difference between Family Guy and this show is Family Guy makes it actually funny and not just creepy and weird. Well, Quagmire and Brian, hit on Lois all the time, and they both hit on Lois, but they do it in funny ways. Here it's just, it's freaking creepy and all that, and like, it's like freaking Carl is trying to get rid of, Jimmy Neutron's dad and all. So, yeah, Carl's a freaking asshole at times. Like, I don't like Carl too much. I really don't care for him, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I keep forgetting to point this stuff. I probably should have wrote this stuff down. I did not think this through very well, but like I said, I've been very busy. I've been running errands and all that. So yeah, I'm trying to get this stuff done. But I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. I don't know. I guess the animation's pretty good. For it being an early 2000s, show, it actually looks really good. It does. The CGI looks really good. It does look really good, but like, it doesn't look outdated or anything, but yeah, I like it. I like how it looks. It does look kind of dark and all that, but that's how CGI is. You definitely can notice it if you watch the Jimmy Power Hour episodes. You can tell how the 2D animation looks very colorful and bright, and then like the CGI world of Jimmy Neutron looks very dark and not as bright and it's still colorful, but it's not as bright. So if you guys want to or really see which animation you like, you would have to watch the Timmy Hour episodes. Then you guys can see exactly what I mean by like which one's better. But maybe some people might prefer the CGI, but for me, I prefer 2D animation. But I don't know, I still think the CGI looks very good in this cartoon. And back then, there wasn't as many CGI where it was taking over the freaking entertainment industry. Now, we still get 2D cartoons occasionally, but a lot of them are CGI now, and actually almost all the movies have been CGI. I don't think there's been any like original 2D animated films for a long time. There has been, movies based off of shows and all that, but most of the 2D animation comes from Japan or something, so I don't know, but overall, this show is alright. I think it's alright. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it a score, but get this out of the way. So between 0 and 120 points, this show is easily getting a meh and 51 points. Yes, it's getting this score, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. I was actually kind of skeptical about this. I was trying to figure out what score to give it, because a lot of the episodes are actually not bad. A lot of them are actually really good, which is why I bought the complete series. I like a lot of the episodes. If I didn't like them, I probably wouldn't even get it. But because I like them, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get them. I might do that with other shows. I hear Planet Shame, but I hear that show it's a spinoff of Jimmy Neutron, but it's like awful. I do hear I hear it has a complete series, but it looks kind of short, so I might get it. But like shows I don't like Teen Titans Go and all that, I'm not getting a complete series of those. There's too many episodes, and it's not worth getting them. I want to get complete sets for shows I actually like to watch. This one's all right, but I think that really what really gets to me with this show is it's just the characters are not very interesting. They don't feel interesting. They're not awful. They're not all frustrating. Most of the frustration goes to Carl. Like I said, I do not like Carl. I don't know if he's my least favorite character, but he's definitely not an interesting character. I don't care for him. I don't really care for him too much. I think he's just kind of, like I said, he's just like an annoying character who flirts with Jimmy's mom, which can be funny at times, but they don't make it funny and make it more creepy than anything. Then they try to make him unlikable by trying to get freaking Jimmy's dad out, which I freaking hate. So yeah, I really don't freaking care for Carl. I think he's just, I think he's annoying. I don't really care for him, but yeah, I think that's what the Jimmy Neutron Power Hour ones do. I think they actually make the characters stand out a bit more. The side characters still don't feel like they do much, but at least the characters are actually focusing on feel more interesting. But those will be reviews for another time. But yeah, I don't know. There's just not really a lot really here, but there are a lot of episodes I do like. There's even a banned episode from Paramount I like. Yeah, there's a banned episode. It's called The Pants Attack. I think it's the first episode of Jimmy Neutron, I believe. I was watching the whole series on Paramount because I was going to do a review on this, but I was waiting, like I said, to get the DVD set, which took me forever because I've been buying up, DVDs and stuff, so I don't have to, go buy them on streaming platforms, because some of them you have to actually buy, and all that, and I'm like, I kind of want to just buy them all on DVD and actually own them and all that, so that's what I've been doing, and that way I don't have to go searching for them on, streaming platforms, but, yeah, that's what I've been doing, but yeah, I gotta say, though, I basically, I watched the whole show on there, and I'm like, I saw the Pants episode, part of the Pants episode on the theme song, the season 1 theme song. The season 2 theme song, they actually changed up the images. For some reason, they actually reused the old one a few times in season 3. I noticed. I'm not sure if that was an animation error for Paramount, because Paramount has that all the time, where they have episodes and thumbnails for the episodes all screwed up, or if it actually was like that with the show. Because I'd have to watch it on DVD to see. But again, it could still be an animation error, but but I don't know. What's weird about the second theme song, I want to bring this up before I talk about the Pants episode. I want to bring up that, I want to bring up that they basically, they have, they in that theme song, the second version, they actually show Livy in there as an actual characters in the theme song. So yeah, I think they were trying to make her more of a character down the road, which I do appreciate, because I think she's pretty good and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I just think, like I said, the show is all right. I don't think it's really the best and all that. But yes, I do like the Pants episode. I will probably do a review down the road, a solo review talking about it. But apparently I think it got banned because of copyright issues or something, which is bogus. It tells you how horrible the freaking copyright system is, even in freaking Hollywood itself. Like, hell, you can't even use freaking brands. Like, why can't you use brands, like, if you're doing a TV show or something? I mean, they get so pissy about you doing that. And I'm like, wouldn't that help your business out if people were showing off this stuff, and all that on TV? I mean, I don't know. I don't really get that. I mean, I probably wouldn't help that much because there's more than just that. But I'm sure if someone was seeing, like, let's say for example, someone's like looking at a Target or something on TV or something, They're like watching, or they show a Target store on there, I mean, I think that would have been kind of cool, but for some reason they don't let you do that. I really don't get why, but it is kind of stupid. But they'll do the same thing with characters too, which characters are a little bit different story, because they want to sell merchandise and stuff, and all that. But I mean, they can still probably work that out too. But yeah, they do this all the time, and it kind of is annoying. But that's kind of another show like SpongeBob. That's another show that's better off, watching on DVD, But I might still watch that stuff on streaming, I'm just gonna have the DVDs in case we have to shut down streaming because it's getting expensive. But I don't know. But there's one more thing I want to talk about before I let the show go, and I want to talk about the relationship stuff, because just like Danny Phantom, and all that, and like Fairly Odd Princess relationship stuff, like with people. Now I gotta tell you guys, just like Danny Phantom, like what I said, Sam and Tuck, they don't really prove that they do prove that Sam and Danny love each other, but they feel this cringe and force at times. Like Sam's always blackmailing Danny and Tucker and all that, and she's always getting them in trouble and all that. And she freaking is a snob about being a girl and all that. That's exactly what Cindy does with Jimmy and all that. And Jimmy doesn't feel like he's interested in her half the time, and he's just focused on his inventions. So it makes the relationship with them really cringe. I know some people want a season 4 because they were starting to, towards the end, they were starting to build them into a couple. But then I'm like, I don't really want that because, they don't feel like they really totally loved each other and all that. I thought they did love each other, but I felt like it was very cringe, and it felt like a toxic relationship. There was even a freaking future episode where they go in the future to stop Livy, and freaking Jimmy is like in his house and all that, and Cindy's freaking forcing him to, clean her mother's feet and all that. So that tells you how bad and frustrating their damn relationship is. So it's frustrating. It's actually kind of worse than Sam and Danny's relationship, because at least that show on Danny Phantom, they actually show they do like each other in ways and all that, and they show it real well, despite them Sam being kind of toxic to Danny. Jimmy doesn't feel like he's interested in Cindy half the time, and then freaking Cindy just freaking bitches all the time, and so I'm just freaking hate that. I freaking do. I mean, they just show them get jealous and all that, which I get that people do get jealous sometimes, but they just make it so freaking toxic. It makes it even worse than freaking. It makes it worse than even even Danny Phantom, or even, well, it's not even as bad as Velma's freaking awful. I don't know if anything's gonna top Velma. Velma, the freaking relations were freaking rush and were freaking cringe as hell. I'm still trying to get freaking nightmares out of watching that show. But at least here, again, they're not horrible, unlikable characters. But I really don't care for Cindy, and I think she's kind of a brat and all that, who freaking bitches all the time and all that. But they do show too that she's jealous of Jimmy being smarter than her all the time. But I don't know. I think that the real relationship here is I really like Livy and Shane's relationship. Yes, they actually make their relationship much better. They do. They make it so much more likable and all that. I really like how they actually feel like they're actually paying attention to each other and all that. And Shane actually is trying to do favors for Livy and all that. And I really like that. I really do like that a lot. I do. I wish that Jimmy and Cindy's relationship were like that too. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, again, I feel like, they kind of make it, kind of work and all that. And I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wanted to see more of that and less of Jimmy and Jimmy and Cindy's relationship. But I don't know. That's another thing that kind of hurts the show and all. They do focus on that a lot. They don't focus on it as much, but they do focus on it a lot, and it does kind of kill the show for me a little bit. But there are still, like I said, a lot of episodes that I really like to watch, making the show having a rate of a meh. Like I said, the characters were more enjoyable to watch on screen, then I probably would give it a higher rating. But they're not. A lot of them are not. Like a lot of them are just there and all that. I don't care for them as much, but but I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and probably end up letting things go. And it's like, nope, I don't have anything else. It looks like so. Yes, I guess you guys can tell me. What you guys think about the show in the comments. Also, if you guys want to tell me in the comments, like why they changed Livy's hairstyle in the middle of season 2. You guys can let me know, because I don't know why they did that, and not just throughout the whole show. But I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments about that. And I'm gonna eventually get to I'm eventually gonna get to Steven Universe. I just wanted to get this review out of the way, because I don't want to watch too many shows, because I gotta keep track of too many of them, And Steven Universe is a show I've never seen at all before. This show I've at least seen some episodes. Most of them I've not seen, but a lot of them I have. So yeah, I'm just gonna say, I hope that, hope it's true what people are saying. Steven Universe is actually a really good show, because all I've seen about it is it has gay relationships in it, which sounds pretty interesting. And then they got like Steven being a half Jimin and all that. But that's really all I really know. I don't know much about the show at all, so I'm gonna have to check it out. But anywho, guys, see you guys all next time. Anywho, peace.